Hey Booktube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you're new to me, it's the first time you're seeing my face. Hello, what's up? My name's Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope that's why you're here, because that's what's going to be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always tuning in and continued support. I really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have a tag video that I wasn't actually tagged in, but my buddy Becky over at XOXO did this, and I told her that I was going to do it when my anniversary came around. So, here we go. This is the Booktube anniversary tag that I wasn't tagged in, but I'm doing it fucking anyway because I can. So, without further ado, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, because I got some questions to answer. Okay, so yes, this is the Booktube anniversary tag. My actual anniversary was January 1st of 2024. That would have been my second anniversary back here on YouTube, from the first time I tried doing it back in 2016. So happy anniversary to me. We're going on our third year. It's my third year going in. So I'm super excited, and there are 11 questions on this tag. So we're just gonna dive right in. So here we go. The first question is, how many years on Booktube are you celebrating? So completion and actively doing, I am celebrating a completion of 2 years going into my third year. I do have about 10 months under my belt back in 2016, back in the day when I originally started doing this. But the only videos that still exist from that are some reviews that I did back in the day that I just don't have the heart to take down. And, but my actual, like, what I'm celebrating is 2 complete years on Booktube. I started in 22 on January 1st with my January TBR. That's what I started off with, and it's just been going up and down just like that. So yeah, so 2 years, that's what we're celebrating. Working on that third one, baby. Here we go. All right, so question number 2, how have you changed from your first video to now? Well, if you go back to that very first video when I came back, my lighting, my setup has changed a little bit. My location is still the same, but before I was sitting more straight on like this. So you saw a little bit of the wall here and like kind of some crap over here. And, I've kind of grown up a little bit. So now I sit like this. I angle myself so I have a little bit of a backrest, because sitting on the floor talking about books for as long as I do gets kind of uncomfortable. So right now I don't, but I usually have a pillow behind me. So I would definitely say my setup has changed. I now actually film on a tripod. I still film on my phone, which I've always done. Even back in 2016, I filmed on my phone. But I used to actually use this shoe. Sorry. I used to use this. It's a wine bottle holder actually, but I put my DVDs on it. That's what's in deck. So it's like, what's in the DVD player so you don't forget. And I would set that on a stack of books, and then my phone would lean against it. And that's why you see some of my earlier videos, it's more straight on with me versus kind of at an up angle. So yeah, that's the only thing that's really changed. For my first video is definitely my filming setup and kind of just the way my videos look. I did get editing equipment back in I got editing equipment in 22, and I'm still using that same editing equipment. I haven't changed that. But yeah, that's kind of what changed. Because I've always been comfortable on camera, so it's not like I've become more comfortable and everything. I've always been comfortable doing this part of it, so that really hasn't changed. Maybe my subject material, because I did go through kind of waves, so I talk more about romance books now, but I'm still fluctuate between my fantasy, historical fiction, and romance. So I would guess a lot of things have changed from my first video, but I don't really feel like a lot of stuff has changed, just more materials and directional stuff. So yeah. Question 3, what has kept you motivated to keep making videos? There's 3 things that have kept me motivated. One was I needed someone to talk to about books. I don't have a lot of, before when I started, I didn't have a lot of bookish friends to sit down and really talk about books with. And that was unnerving. And when I came back in this community, I found people to talk about books. So definitely you guys are a huge reason why I keep doing this. Huge reason. As a matter of fact, you're one of the main reasons that I came back when I went through my little bout of depression. You were one of the reasons that when I went in that dark place, you were one of the reasons, one of the rungs on the ladder that was able to pull me out when I needed it. I'm still struggling with it, but it's getting much easier day by day. The more I get creative and the more I sit down and talk and everything. So definitely you guys what motivated keep making videos. I genuinely enjoy doing this. That's another huge thing. I like sitting down and talk about books on camera and people talking to me about it. I like to be watched. I like to be on I was voted most likely to be famous in high school for a fucking reason. I won the theater award in high school for a fucking reason. I'm slightly a drama queen. I like theatrics. I like this. I like creating outlines for me sitting down and doing this. It's actually one of the fun parts of this for me is that. And then the third thing is it's become almost habit now. After a while, it feels weird when I don't make a video. The last couple of months where I've been very like sparse in my videos, it felt very weird. I always sit down and I look over my filming section because where I sit on the couch usually is like directly behind this. And I would just kind of look and be like, I should probably film a video. I should probably read a book. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Unless I absolutely had to for like the books I was reviewing for Readsy and for a few other things, but that's what kind of keeps me motivated. It's now almost like a habit that I need to do this at least. It's back to being a habit. For a while I lost it, but it still felt very, very weird after. I don't know if you've ever it's like going through a breakup. So you're so used to talking to the same person every single day. And then when they're gone, you feel that absence. Or for people who are really going into fitness, you go to the gym every single day and the day that you don't, you feel that absence, you feel it. And I felt it. So that's one of the main motivations of why I kept making videos is, because it became accustomed to me. It felt weird to not do it. It felt weird to not post something on a fairly consistent basis. So yeah, that's what's kept me motivated. You guys, I genuinely like fucking doing this. It makes me happy. It gives me a creative outlet. And it's habit. It's part of me now. It's part of me. So yeah. Question 4. What are 3 of your favorite videos that you've made in the past year and why? Crap. I would say one of my most popular videos is my rant video. I'm actually pretty proud of that because that's literally me sitting on the floor bitching. That's all it is me sitting there complaining about stuff I don't like. And it's comical. People actually like watching it and they think it's funny. And I don't really think I'm a very funny person to begin with. My husband is the funny one. There's a constant joke. He's like, you're the cute one, I'm the funny one. And I'm like, yeah, but I give you all the ammo, so doesn't that make me the funny one? It's back and forth like that. But that video is actually genuinely funny to watch. I've had some of my friends in my real life watch it and they're like, this is the Jackie that we fucking know. Like this no holds barred, blah, blah. I'm like, really? And it seemed to be appealing to people. People seem to actually enjoy it. So I'm proud. I mean, it's me sitting on the floor talking about my gripes in books. Okay, that's what it is. It's not something to be super, super proud of, but I'm proud of the fact that I did it. And I put myself out there. Because it could have blown up my fucking face. It could have. It really could have. Because I can sometimes be a little too much to take sometimes. So I'm very proud that I was at least gutsy enough to put that out there, for sure. Another video that I'm proud of is my First Lady Reads Awards, my award show that I did at the beginning of the year, and I will link that video here and also the rant video. I'll have it linked up there earlier if I didn't already do it, and they'll be linked in the down box below. My First Lady Awards, which was kind of my own take on the best of the year. I wanted something that spoke to me, and so I themed it around kind of the Oscars, and I was really proud of that because I did techniques that I wasn't even for sure I could do. I learned to do a voiceover, which I thought was dope. I felt like a little bit of a narrator. I thought that was fucking cool as shit. And I liked it. I liked that feeling. I liked pitting these books against each other and trying to figure out who was gonna win. And I had a good time with that. I was really proud of how it turned out. And I got a lot of ideas from it of what I'd like to do if I ever got bigger, maybe kind of expound it a little bit. Right now it's going to stay kind of the same though. But I'm very proud of that ingenuity and the creativity that I had with that, because I hadn't seen somebody do that in kind of like a best of format, and I thought that was really neat. And I also love the Oscars, so anytime, you know, I get to be on a stage, you know, I felt like I was on a stage, whatever, it's cool. But I'm really proud of that one. And the last one I'm really proud of, it's not a video. I got to interview an author, and it is, it's on Reads a Discovery, and I will link it here. If you missed it, I got to review Love Deleted by Paul Indigo, and then I got to interview him live, and I was so proud of that. I was fucking nervous because that had like a viewing audience of like 9,000. It had the possibility of reaching like 9,000 people. And I think we had like at one time, like 1,500 viewers at one time during it, I think. But that was one of the coolest experiences that I've had for YouTube so far. Because that was something that I really want to see my channel grow into, is being able to interview authors about their books. I think that's a really cool direction that I'd like to see my channel go in. And I've already gotten this little bit of a taste of it. So I thought that was really dope, and I'm really proud of that. But that's not really a video that I produced, that I put out there. So if I had to say a video that I was really, a third video that I was really proud of, any one of my reviews on my book, on the books, the independent book reviews, particularly Christina Marziatis' Haunt. I'm really proud of that one. That one opened up a world of new things for me. Gave me what I believe is going to be lifelong friends. I've never even met her yet. But we talk on a fairly consistent basis, and I love that woman. I love that woman. And I'm really proud of that, for sure. That review, I'm really proud of it. And it's formatted like all my other reviews, but it's what that review opened up for me. I'm really proud of. So yeah, that's more than just 3, but I'm proud of a lot of stuff. I don't put it out there unless I'm proud of it. And if I'm not proud of it, I'll probably take it down, or I just won't put it out there. Plain and simple. So, number 5, what is your most popular video? I think it's my rant video. I'm almost positive that it's my rant video that I released last year. My most popular video in the entirety of my channel is my review of M. Gira's The Consumer. That is the most popular video that I have, but it's been out since 2016. So that's one reason why it has as many views as it does. But the most popular video I think that I released in 2023, I think, was my rant video. I'm almost positive that one had the most views. I think off the top of my head. I know I got a lot of not just comments on the video, but also like people DMing me. I got a lot of response from that. So it might not just be based off views. It might have been based off the fact that I got a lot of response for it. But that's what I feel like is probably one of my more popular videos, is that one. Which makes me feel like you guys actually want to sit and listen to me bitch. So I should probably do more of them. I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel. Number 6, what have you struggled with on Booktube and how did you overcome it? I have struggled with a few things. One, I'm not for everybody, and I know that. I've known that my entire life. I would never presume to say that I was popular in school. I went to a very small school. So literally everybody knew everybody, and you had to be kind of embedded into everybody's cliques, because my graduating class of high school was 35 people, okay? Very, very small. But no matter how small it was, there were still the groups. And I never would say that I was popular. I was known, but I don't think I was popular. And because I'm not for everybody. Not everybody wants to be around me for a long period of time. But I've struggled with that my entire life. So it does come through in my channel. And I feel like that's one reason why my count is, don't get me wrong, I am very, very proud of my subscription count because all my subscribers are diehards and I love you all. But I do feel like me fucking in general is one of the reasons why I am not a bit bigger. I think because you're not just coming here for the books. You have to like the person that's talking about them. And if you don't really jive with that person, why the fuck are you gonna listen to them? You know? So I get that maybe that's one reason why I'm not as big as other booktubers that started when I started, or talk about some of the similar books that I do, because I am not for everyone. But the people that I am for, they're pretty fucking special. So I overcome that by remembering that when someone chooses to accept me into their circle, they know what they're getting. They know that they're getting crazy, that they're getting slightly dramatic, they're getting hand talking, they're getting not really professional like editing, they're getting the fuck ups and the blurbs and the stutterings and stuff that I can't, when my brain's working too fast, I can't get it out fast enough, or when I can't think of fucking words. And they get the I just don't give a fuck anymore kind of shit, where I'm like, this guy's a fucking idiot. They know what they're getting when they choose to accept me. And I know that they are badasses for that, because I know I'm not for everybody. I know I'm not. So that is one thing that I've struggled, is trying to maintain who I am, knowing that I am not an easy pill to swallow for a lot of people, but at the same time, trying to be open and more coming for more people, because I do want my channel to grow and I want to be accessible to more people. I just want to make sure that they know what they're in store for. So it's finding that balance of crazy versus I'm actually not completely insane and I have some good things to say sometimes. You know, finding that balance. And then the other issue I have is that I'm very emotional when I read. I'm very emotional when I read. You can see my vlogs, and a lot of people seem to like that. My passion, I'm going to use that, it's a nicer word. They like my passion for reading. But the problem with having, and anybody who's artistic or creative in any way, shape, or form can attest to this, there's a fine line where it is brilliance, but if looked at just a different way, it's insanity. Like, you have to walk this fine line when you are a creative and artistic person. And when you feel the way I do about books and you get so engrossed in them the way that I do, it's hard to separate myself to sometimes logically based, like, hey, I love this book, but this is a huge fucking problem in this book and I need to talk about it. But I love this thing so much. It's hard to sometimes talk negatively about something that you are so passionate about because you love all these different aspects about it. So I try really hard to convey both sides. But being as passionate and feeling as I am, sometimes it doesn't always come across that way. lending to. I'm not for everybody. But I know that. And the other side, with feeling as much as you do, and that struggle with trying to remain that logic, you know, this is what works, this is what doesn't work, at least in my opinion, is that sometimes the books hit harder than they would for somebody else. And I don't think I should hide that from you guys, because that's my reading experience, and that's why I feel sometimes the way I do about books, is because of my past experiences and how they hit. But they do tend to come through. So I put a lot of myself in when I'm reading, and a lot of it gets absorbed, and I feel it, not more than other people, but I think I feel it differently for me because of some of the experiences I've been through in my life. Even the fantastical things, there's still real humanist elements in those fantasies, and they can hit really, really hard. But I think that can do that for everybody, just depending what book it is. It feels like more books hit me like that. Especially like when I was going through my kind of, all my shit at the end of the year. Everything just, it wasn't hitting me the wrong way, it was just hitting me too hard. Stuff I normally read, I have normally no problem with, but that time I did because of what was going on in my life. And I knew that. And I knew that I had to take a step away to preserve myself a little bit. You know, because there is that fine line of, you know, madness and creativity. They go hand in hand. They do. So I think that answers that question in kind of a backwards way. Number 7. Have you had to deal with negative feedback or comments, and how do you handle it? The only negative stuff I've ever gotten is actually on a lot of my older videos back in like 2016. And it all really pretty much stems from the M. Gira, the consumer book review, because that book, because of its subject material and its cult status, many people have felt the need to correct me on how I say his name, or some of the stuff that I did talk about. And honestly, I just was like, oh, okay, thanks. Like, that's how I reacted, because thank you for your comment. You know, other than that, I've never been, you know, I've never had anybody say like, you're a horrible person for reading this. You're a bitch. You're going to hell. I've never had anybody fucking say that shit to me. And I don't know, maybe it's my face that it looks like I'm not going to tolerate that shit because I don't give a fuck. Maybe it's that bluntness that kind of deters that. But I've never really had to deal with any of that. But I'm also not very big either, so I don't have... My subscribers aren't like that. They just aren't. They're not douchebags. You know, no, my subscribers are not douchebags. So they're if they're gonna say something, they're gonna say it to me. They're gonna, you know, comment it to me or something directly, and you know, we'll have a dialogue about it. They know what they know how to talk to me. My subscribers just instinctively know how to talk to me because I'm for them, like I said. And people that I'm not for, they just don't tend to mess with me. But I feel like if I ever got like negative comments, I'd probably say something sarcastic or off the cuff, or I just ignore them. Just kind of depends on my mood. I mean, if you caught me like in a bitchy mood, I might say, you know, well, good fucking for you. Congratulations, you want a cookie? I'm not mailing you one. I would probably say something sarcastic or something like that, but most of the time I probably think I'd just probably ignore it. Or if it really got to the point where it was obnoxious, I would just delete it. So, yeah, I haven't had to really experience any of that except on like the older videos. But when I was on Booktube back in 2016, I didn't get any of those. I got those throughout the years before I came back. So they randomly pop up. So at that point, I didn't give a shit. So I was like, okay, whatever. And they weren't even that bad. It was just more correcting me. And I'm like, okay, I can't redo I could redo the video, but I didn't have the intention of doing it then. So, but yeah, I don't really get to deal with that often. And I consider that a blessing because my subscribers don't suck. None of my subscribers are douchebags. They're all rock stars. That's why they like me. Rock stars gravitate to me. That's why I have a lot of rock star friends. It's cool. Okay. So, question number 8. Is there one moment from the last year on Booktube that you'd like to relive? Yes. Yes, there would. I would really like to relive that interview with Paul Indigo. That was fucking fun. That was so much fun. I was so nervous going into that because I wanted to come off, you know, like myself, but a little bit more polished. And I think I accomplished that. But I would love to do that again and interview more authors on their books. I think that would be dope. I just don't have a huge following right now, so I don't know if a lot of like authors would agree to that. I know a few that I think probably would if I pose it to them when I'm ready for it, for sure. But I had such a blast doing that. I would love to relive that again because I was so proud of that moment. I was the first webinar series on interviewing an author, and for Readsy, they picked me out of all their video reviewers. They picked me. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? What? Like, what? Shut the fuck up. No. And I was floored when they asked me to do that. I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is so cool. And I hope they asked me to do it again. They gave me a list of authors that I'd want to talk to about, and I think they're trying to formulate, webinars about grander themes other than just the book itself. But yeah, that was fantastic. I would love to relive that again. That was great. That was definitely a fun one, for sure. Let's see. Number 9. What is the best book you've read from this past year? I'm not going to answer that question because if I answer that question, I will reveal the First Lady Awards for 2024. Like, no, I'm not answering that question. I can tell you that when the First Lady Awards goes up, it'll be linked here and you can find out the answer there if you'd like. But until it goes up, nope. Where is that? I'm not answering it. So basically, number 10, where do you see your channel in 1 year's time? Well, I see myself still sitting on my floor talking about books and hopefully talking about books with more kick-ass subscribers. I hope that by the end of the year, I can reach more people and grow a little bit, but know that I'm still talking to some kick-ass people out there. So I'm hoping that. I hope that in a year I'm still here sitting on my floor talking about books with you guys and just sharing a drink, talking about books on the floor. I think that's the most that I can hope for right now, because I am still working through things. So that's what I'd like to see, and that's what I hope to see. For sure. And the last question. What piece of advice would you give someone thinking of starting a Booktube channel? Just do it. Just do it. There are so many niches on YouTube. Books, cooking, makeup, blacksmithing, if you can think of a hobby, there's probably a niche for it on YouTube. And if books are your thing, fucking do it. Just sit on your floor. I mean, literally, I sit on my floor filming on my phone. And I bought a ring light. Like, you don't need anything fancy to do it. I'm not kidding you. I used a stack of books, okay? Stack of books and this. Like, this was my filming setup. And then my phone would sit right here. Like, I would just grab random books. You know, you don't have to have anything fancy to do this. All you have to do and need is you have to read books and you have to give a shit about talking about them. That's literally the only 2 things you actually need to successfully do this and some kind of way of filming it. And you can use your phone, you know, because everything can be done on your phone. Just fucking do it. just do it. Take the plunge and do it. But when you start to do it, this is where my advice comes in. Don't forget who you are. Don't try to read all the hyped books unless you want to. Read what you want. If you don't like romance, don't fucking read romance. You don't like sci-fi, don't read sci-fi. Because the people who love sci-fi, no, they're probably not going to watch you. But if you love mystery thriller, you're going to find a whole plethora of people out there that are going to watch you because they like the same books you do. You don't have to read what's popular to be successful in this, because there are people out there that don't read what's popular. Read what you want to read because it makes you happy. Because everybody out there, and I watch YouTube just as much as I film it, I know when somebody's forced to read something they don't give a fuck about. Not many people can hide it. Not many people are very good at hiding it. And people will know if you care. If you don't care, it's going to show. No matter how good of an actor or an actress it is, it's going to show. Because if you can act that well, you should go to fucking Hollywood, okay? This is not where you should not where you be. You need to be to Hollywood making movies, okay? But people can tell if you don't give a shit about something. Now, if that's the whole angle in your whole video about books you don't care about, well, then that's the whole angle. But that's not your whole channel. When you're building your channel, you're building on who you are. Just expound on who you are, but make sure you know who the fuck you are in your reading realm. Because you're going to do what every single booktuber does, and every single one I follow, I've seen do this at some point in time. They start to lose themselves, and they read all the overhyped books, and they're just like, and they keep buying books and buying books because they're popular. I am fucking guilty of it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking guilty of it, okay? I am. Fucking Crescent City is one of the reason. I bought that book because it was an overhyped book. I never read a Sarah J. Maas book before, but I bought it because it was overhyped. And what did it do? It sat as a goddamn paperweight on my fucking bookshelf for years until I saw someone that I actually respected who read some books that I similarly liked it, and gave me a reason to try to read Sarah J. Maas. And I ended up fucking loving the shit. Like, sign the fuck up. But still, that series, still my least favorite of all three of them. And it was the first book I bought of hers. So here's my advice. Once you actually start it, just be you. Don't try to be like all the other booktubers out there. Just be you, and the people that can accept you will find you. And they'll be true. That's what I did. I try very hard not to just buy things because they're popular, but I'm only human and I want to fit in too. But I always remember that people are coming to me for not just the book recs, but for who the fuck I am. And those people will find you and they'll be loyal to you. And those are the subscribers that you want. You don't want the ones that are just there because you happen to like this one book. You want the people that are going to say like, hey, I know you like that book, but I fucking hated that book, but we gonna talk about it. Those are the subscribers, and those are my subscribers. So that's my advice to you, is don't forget who you are, because the people that are supposed to find you are gonna find you. That's what Jen told me when I started this. And it's the best advice I could have gotten. So I'm passing it on to you guys. So if you want to start a booktube channel, you have my blessing. Just be you. Don't try to be somebody else. So those are all the questions. Wow, I felt like I got deep on that. But then I feel like I just talked around in a circle. See? Madness, crazy, but you love me anyway, right? All right, that's what I got for you guys today. I will see you all soon with another video. And thank you to all my subscribers who have been with me from 2016 to now. Thank you for everybody who's been on this journey since 2022 when I came back, who joined me after that. Thank you for sticking with me. All my most recent subscribers, thank you. I hope I am someone that you can tolerate and you will keep around, because I know I'm not for everybody, but I love you all. You know that. And I think you guys are all rock stars because you put up with my crazy ass and my 45-minute long rants about fucking whatever. So I'll see you guys all soon with another video. I love you all. Thank you for allowing me to be able to have a second anniversary, because the main reason I'm here is because I wanted a community to talk to about books, and you gave me that. So thank you all. Bye, guys.